Good afternoon, I'm Sherman Chow. That fire at a chemical plant still burning this noon hour. We have seen videos from people living in Port Neches when that explosion happened around 1 this morning. This was at the TPC refinery just southeast of Beaumont, about 90 miles away from us in Houston. We've also got a live look from Air 11. That fire's still burning, as you can see, heavy smoke in the background. 3 people were injured. 1 was brought to Houston. All have now been released. And to answer the question most of you have been asking today, inside those tanks, butadiene is burning. It is a colorless gas used to produce synthetic rubber products such as tires and plastics. The air quality is being monitored by the TCEQ.
I don't think the focus is really on putting the fire out. It's letting the materials that are in there burn themselves out and keeping the surrounding tanks cool.
Michelle Choi shows us the damage in a nearby neighborhood.
Sherman, as you can imagine, it has been a very scary and intense couple of hours for this community. You can still see this huge plume of black smoke behind me. Now, this plant explosion destroyed several businesses and homes, including this one. I'm in a neighborhood right now just 2 blocks away from the TPC plant, an area hit hard. And one of the neighbors impacted, the Shahans. Port Neches native 87-year-old Wilma and her husband, 90-year-old CB, were fast asleep when the explosion splintered their front door and shattered several of their windows. I'm told the glass came just inches from piercing Wilma's body as she laid in bed.
Loud explosion. It was, like I say, I thought it was a car, and I figured, oh, well, if it's going to come through. So I jumped up and looked over there, and no car, so I ran and got him, had to wake him up.
After she and CB got to safety, Wilma says she spent the rest of the morning feeling grateful for her neighbors who showed up around 2 this morning to help board up their windows and fix up a house the Shahans have called home for the last 30 years.
It's just overwhelming. God's been away with us.
Now, Wilma tells me not once during the time they've been here have they ever seen a plant explosion of this magnitude. She called it worse than a hurricane because at least with a storm, you have time to evacuate. The Shahans do have home insurance. However, in the meantime, they say these boarded up windows and sealed up windows will do just fine. Sherman, back to you.
Thank you, Michelle. And for more on butadiene, head to KHOU.com and be sure to turn on notifications for the latest updates on our KHOU 11 mobile app.